Bringing news to you once again from Kentucky. As we have stated previously, the situation itself seems to be at a standstill. Phone lines are still down and unfortunately, families are still separated. Authorities are still demonstrating a distinct level of cool-headedness before making any sudden decisions. What this means is they would like families to continue isolating until further notice. Unless, of course, for good reason. Stay inside, folks. It's truly a terrible thing that's gone on, but these people are some of the most resilient. I know. I've got some friends down in Kentucky. They're good people, and I also know they'll take more than some illness to shake their confidence. But I think I've said quite enough on that front. In other news, the worldwide fast food chain Spiffos is currently under fire by critics who say their hygiene practices are not to be tolerated. Well, I know that doesn't stop me from getting a Spiffo burger when I go on my break, am I right? Man, I'm hungry. Can someone at least give me a drink? I'm getting hot in here. Anyway, tune in next time on WBLN News. Your news, your station.
Hey, I just wanted to thank you again before you left. You know, with the boxes. Well, you know you can count on me. I know I can do the same for you. Yeah, but sometimes I feel like I don't really get stuff back to you, you know? I just forget it, yeah. We'll have time to talk about it later. I can come see you again tomorrow to help clear the air. Besides, it'll give me something to do and it'll get me out of the house so I don't have to listen to my old man talking about that illness. Pain in my ass. I guess so. I wonder if that guitar we shared was in one of the boxes we brought in just now. What do you think? Hell if I know, right? I thought you threw that damn thing away. It was so busted already, I didn't think you'd keep the thing around. Do you think that guy's okay? Well, shit. The bite market's nasty, you know. I don't know, man. He's that cold. I checked his pulse, but it'd be rude to wake him right now. I also didn't fit in here. He's so cramped, it was like a clown car. I better be off now. I have to check my dad hasn't blown up the house. I have to take this guy to the hospital too. You get yourself comfortable in there tonight because, well, I don't know how you're gonna get your winks in. I'll have to figure something out. Probably just flatten out some boxes. But for the most part, this place is pretty good. It's a step up from sleeping on your couch. I'll see you around. See you tomorrow, big man. Meet Kip Stafford, a 27-year-old lumberjack who suffers from slow metabolism causing him to be overweight. He had picked up some skills in first aid through his earlier years, which he hoped he would never have to put to use as he had a hard time recovering from wounds. He was a troubled youth, and so that makes his reckless driving a habit which he struggles to steer away from. He had recently moved into a small riverside home to build a life for himself, but the world had other plans. This is how he died.
Lazily rising from his chair, Kip finally embraces the reality that is owning his first home. The sorry state of this place didn't bother him because he couldn't ask for more. But his daydream is swiftly interrupted as he finds himself pursued by what he could only describe as a decaying and shambling mess. Running faster than ever, Kip willed his feet further as his heart pounded and his breath became even heavier. Checking on a sick man, his mind goes blank as he meets with his disfigured face. He tries to make it home to give the car he was given as a gift a try, but it frustratingly refuses to come to life. This leaves Kip with no other choice but to throw himself even deeper into a town he knew nothing about. Not long after, he is confronted by the idea that everyone in Riverside had succumbed to the Knox event. Initially, Kip endured in his venture to find help, but realizes he must make his getaway soon before he alerts the hungry horde. Cracking the old window open, he struggles with the idea of breaking and entering, even if it is in his best interests. Carefully moving through the home, he established it was safe before taking the TV into a more secluded area. In a moment of relaxation, Kip tunes in to the news for the first time in days. Realizing he's wasting his time with the TV, Kip is filled with a mix of anger and sadness as the government tries to downplay the severity of the situation. Once again finding himself in a home that isn't his, Kip rummages through shelves and comes across a photo from a world that had recently become deceased. Keeping one eye close to the window, Kip goes to take a drink of water before resuming an act he was sure was far too immoral to justify anymore. Coming across a radio, he was almost happy realizing that such a small thing could preserve his contact with people that bit longer. Listening in disbelief, Kip's anger boils as he tries to contain himself, knowing fully just how much damage has been caused throughout the morning. Coming up on another home, Kip hopes he's able to find some place he can sleep comfortably tonight without fearing for his life. He struggles with the door before entering through the window once more. Even though he finds nothing much of use besides some old music tapes, he's confident in his ability to turn it into something worth living for. Wandering through the street he barely knows, Kip moves to the house just across from his before stumbling upon a terrible sight which hits him with an astonishing revelation. Hoping he never has to resort to the same methods, Kip assures himself in saying that he has had enough for the day, and so he retreats back inside before the sun sets any further. Heading back into that home, Kip faces the morbid reality that if he wants to see what is inside of the home, he'll have to take the body with the terrible odor outside. Barely squeezing it through the door, he walks back in and washes his hands to prevent any hazardous pathogens that could possibly be lingering on him. He then starts moving any and everything in an attempt at uncovering the secrets of the home. Using a key he found tucked away in a drawer, Kip eagerly makes his way down the steps of the basement in hopes that he finds something of value. It was early when I found out this world had changed. Everyone in Riverside is gone. Behind the eyes there's a pit, and that pit tries to swallow you whole at every turn. And the sounds of it on the radio. The rest of Knox County is affected too. I ended up on a civilian radio. I've been listening in. Nothing has come through for some time, but I remain hopeful. I don't quite know what to do with myself. I've broken into a home. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I suppose I was just scared. I had two of these changed people burst through my window. Me and Henry planned to meet today. If the traffic was any worse than before, then I don't assume he made it over past the bridge. This road is so fucked. I saw a home of bodies. Guts sprawling all over the floor. One sick man was left standing. He tried to come for me, but was stopped by the door. God damn it, Henry. We better have made it out alive in all this.